Alright YouTube, so we are back of course to talk about some Final Fantasy VII Remake, and today we have something pretty damn exciting. The content lately has been like very staggered. We can barely ever make videos, there's nothing to really make videos on anymore. And I haven't just been like excited to make a video in a while, and this is one that I'm pretty excited to do. This is also something that is pretty old. It was known about since pretty close to launch of the game, but I just learned about it because of a Reddit post, of course. It's always Reddit. I'm only ever on Reddit, it seems like. A couple days ago, somebody made a post asking if you could still do the warning bypass glitch, and my first response to that, or my first thought was, what the fuck are you talking about, guy? So obviously I wanted to look this up, because I've said before in past videos that one of my biggest complaints with Remake is the sections of the game where it forces you to like move forward. Like you can't turn around and walk away from a conversation. Like the game makes you go forward with that. And it's kind of boring to me. I don't mind that in certain scenarios. Like if it's a very serious part of the story, I can get them wanting to like force you to like go forward, like continue this intense moment. But there's so many moments throughout Remake. Obviously you guys played Remake Part 1. There's so many moments throughout the game where you just are forced to go forward. There's very little like freedom, so to speak, on top of the linearity of the game itself. So anyways, looking into this, I came across a video from April 30th, 2020 from Darkspy and Sonic. So we're looking at like 3 weeks or so after the launch of the game. People already knew about this. And somehow, I've just missed it this entire fucking time. I suck. So the example I'm going to give in this video, at least for the one that I'm going to show, is the same one that he puts in his video first, and it's in this chapter, Chapter 4. Right after this cutscene you're seeing in the background, you get the freedom to run around. So once you have the ability to move around freely, you go up forward, and then once you can make a right, you turn right, go forward again, and make another right, and follow the road until you get to like a highway. And this highway is where one of the warning zones will be. It'll make you turn around. But obviously, given what this video is, we're going to be able to break through this. We're going to do it pretty quickly right here. I think we messed up like a time or two, and then we get it. And then I'll come back. I'll go to the end of the highway, come back through here, and I'll try to begin and fail a bunch of times, but then I'll eventually get it again. You'll see right here that it's going to force me to turn around and walk back to a certain point, and then I'll turn around, come back over here, and I'll get it this time. And I'll try to explain to you guys how I do it in this particular area. I've tried it in other areas, and I can't seem to get it. There's also a different type of like warning zone that the guy explains in his video. I went to the same area he did in Chapter 8, and I just could not get it. But as you see right here, the cloud for some reason turns completely dark. For some reason when you bypass the warning zone. And you go up this highway, and there's nothing really up here, but you do get to see like outside of the map, dude. You get to see kind of how they built this like area of the world, essentially. It's pretty damn cool. This is all like mind-blowing to me. Because I hate the goddamn warning zones that they have in this game. And we have a way to get past them. So I'll try to explain to you guys how I do this particular like wall breach or whatever, this out of bounds thing right here. Because I got this one pretty easily. I watched the dude's video. I came over here myself in Chapter 4. And I got it the very first time. It was off camera. And then obviously whenever I hook up the Elgato, I'm struggling with the damn thing. But I got it the very first time. Went back through, tried it a few times. Got it again. And that's when I busted out the recording software. I was like, I got to do this. I got to make a video about this. So I can replicate it. So for starters, here's a screenshot of about where I like to stand at. So in the background, you see a street light behind Cloud. There's a sewer grate kind of close to that. And in the bottom left corner, to the left of Cloud, you see that there's another sewer grate. And closer to Cloud, there's like a tire mark on the ground. I like to be to the right of that tire mark. This is where I start at every time when I want to do this. So how this glitch works is you have to be able to sprint with Cloud so that he can bypass that like invisible wall, essentially, where it tries to slow you down, stop you, and turn you around. And for me personally, to the right of that tire mark is where I've been able to replicate this like wall glitch the easiest. And what you want to do is you want to get to the right of the tire mark, tap left on your joystick, it'll fully turn Cloud around. And then you want to keep tapping left on the joystick a little bit. And if you see Cloud scooting like I do in the gameplay where I actually bypass the wall, whenever you can scoot like that, that means that you can sprint. So if you can do that, you hold down the run button, tap left, and then instantly tap down. Like you gotta do it really quick, a really fast motion. It just takes a little bit of practice, and you'll eventually get it, and it's super easy. So this part right here is a continuation of the gameplay where I came back through the boundary from like the highway and tried over and over to get it again. And I felt it for quite a while, for about almost 2 minutes straight. And then I do eventually get it again. I'll try to speed that up and just to show you that I can replicate it again. Interestingly enough, though, whenever we get back up on the highway, once we get past this wall right here, I try to walk off the map, and it doesn't actually allow you to, which I thought was kind of weird. Like there's actually almost a boundary there, even though they shouldn't expect you to be able to get up here, and it almost like kind of pushes you back. You'll see Cloud sort of like bouncing off the invisible wall right there. It's kind of strange. And the only reason I was trying this is, for one, just to see if I could, but also I know it's like supposed to be possible to follow the map because I've seen some gameplay of that happen a long time ago. Somebody's playing in like Chapter 15, I believe it is, a lot of aerial enemies in that chapter, and somebody was like comboing in the air, and they came back down, like they fell out of bounds somehow, and like fell all the way down and shit. Now, the other kind of warning wall, or whatever you want to call it, I don't know what the difference is. The guy's video, for me anyways, doesn't explain the difference enough. I went to the area that he went to and I tried to replicate what he does in his video, and I just could not do it. I don't know what the difference is, because they seem the same to me. Like, if you walk too far, it turns Cloud around, makes Cloud walk back to a certain distance. Both the walls feel the same to me, so I don't know what the difference is. That being said, however, I'm going to play a clip from his video of him breaching this, like, warning wall over in Chapter 8. It's after you and Aerith pick the flowers and take them to Leaf House. Aerith stays there, and you're able to, like, explore Sector 5. You go to the Wall Market exit. Right by the Chocobo sign is where the warning wall happens. That's where he gets through. Also, with his video, he has a controller on screen that is showing, like, the movements he's doing with the controller, so you can kind of just replicate exactly what he's doing, which is pretty helpful. So anyways, I'll play the clip real quick.
Okay, I think this is good. Let's find out. And there you go. So, as you can see, I made it past the trigger.
So you can see with his video, he also likes to run to the side, pause it, and then I guess maybe hold down and then the run button and unpause. Maybe that's an easier way to do it. As you see with my video, I didn't have to do that. I just, at least with that first area in Chapter 4. But maybe that pause trick will help people, and maybe it'll help me. Maybe I can go back to Chapter 8 and try this again with that pause trick, and I might be able to replicate it now, but for now, I couldn't do it. But something else I want to show you guys from his video that blew my tits off is that after he does this in Chapter 8, he walks forward to, like, the Collapse Tunnel, towards, like, Wall Market, and actually ends up loading in shit from Chapter 9. Like, you hear Aerith talking like she would be if she was following you. The entire scenery changes to nighttime, which I thought was pretty crazy. And apparently some of the cutscenes and stuff also work when you do this.
Even though this is Chapter 8, the trigger that loads up the collapsed passageway and Wall Market do exist in Chapter 8. And let me show you. So if I run over here to make my way, you will notice that changes begin to happen. It is actually pretty cool. So you can see everything deloading, and you can see it changing from daytime to nighttime, and the models loading in, the textures loading in. So you can see Wall Market in the back over there.
But even on top of all of that, he shows another glitch after that one that kind of involves that one as well. But that one I'm going to save for you to check out for yourself. That way I'm not giving away the guy's entire video in my video. And I recommend you checking the guy's video out anyway, because again, he's the one that showed me how to do it. Also, shout out to the Reddit post, because without that, I wouldn't even know this existed. To me, this is just pretty cool, dudes. This is pretty old. This has been known for a while, so there's a good chance that a good chunk of you out there already knew about this. But the fact that I didn't know about it has to mean that there's at least some people out there that aren't aware. I mean, I talk about this game all the fucking time. I've been talking about it for like 2-3 years straight damn near now at this point. So if I didn't know about it, then I gotta assume some others don't. But this is pretty exciting, man. Kind of a new, like, revitalization to the game for me. Kind of makes me want to do, like, another playthrough of the game and try to break through all the different, like, warning walls and shit like that, just to see if there's any kind of, like, hidden content or anything. Interesting scenery or something. Anyways, dudes, that's pretty much the video. So, of course, I want to pass it up to you guys. For one, is this something you were already aware of? Is it new to you? If you were aware of it, have you done this to other, like, parts of the game and map where they try to, like, stop you? Like, what other areas can you do this at? Because I've only tried the Chapter 4 one and the Chapter 8 one. I haven't gone through a bunch of other stuff. Like, I learned about this probably about 30 minutes before recording or something. Also, something I got thrown really quickly here at the end. On the Reddit post, the person that replied to the actual post said that they think this was patched in the PS5 version. Obviously, I have no idea if they did. I have no way to test it. But obviously, since I'm making this video, it was not patched in the PS4 version. Anyways, that's the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you guys aren't want to see more Final Fantasy 7 Remake content. Turn on my notifications. Follow me on Twitter, dashingdavidbusiness. I'm my Discord. Links to my networks are in the description. And in the outro. Later, guys.
Used to care what people thought, but now I care more, and nobody out here's got it figured out. So therefore, I've lost all hope of a happy ending, depending on whether or not it's worth it. So insecure, no one's perfect. We spend it with no shame. We blow that like Coltrane. We in here like Low Gain or leave it like Cobain.